Can vulnerable leadership improve team performance? Absolutely. In my case, it helped me double my team's output in less than a year. So when I took over my TV department, I was dealing with two challenges. One was personal. I had chronic health conditions that were painful, they were draining my energy, and they were causing me to spend a few nights in hospital every once in a while. Now, the second issue was a team issue because our productivity and output was dropping, quality was slipping, and morale wasn't great either. But the biggest problem was that no one knew why these things were happening or how to fix it. And I didn't know how to fix it either. But I did know how to deal with the first problem, my health. However, this did involve creating a vulnerable and awkward moment. So at our first national meeting, I decided to address it head on. I told my employees about some of my health challenges. Now, I didn't go into a lot of detail. I didn't make it emotional. I just kept it really simple and practical. I basically said, hey, look, here's what I'm dealing with. It may mean that I have to go home early or I'm away from work for a few days. And if that happens, here's how we'll deal with it. So that was it. Pretty short, really. But the change that happened next was incredible. Within 3 weeks, more than half my staff contacted me privately and let me know that they were dealing with their own invisible disabilities. Some were physical like mine, other people had some mental health conditions, while others were dealing with neurodivergent characteristics. And suddenly, the performance issues made so much more sense. Once these conversations started, the rest actually became pretty straightforward. We simply identified key barriers that people were facing, and we did what we could to lower them. This was just clear communication and a little bit of flexibility. It was nothing dramatic, but the impact was huge. Within a year, our productivity doubled, and for the first time in the department's history, we were winning national and international awards for journalism. Now, all of that started with one awkward moment. So when I talk about vulnerability, I'm not talking about necessarily oversharing or turning every conversation into something that's emotional. No, it's much simpler than that. It's about being honest, it's about being clear, and it's about focusing on the solutions. Because when people see that from you, they'll trust you, and they'll respond in kind.